Hello! Today we're going to be looking at two different extensions for Chrome. Both of them have to do with TLDR. If you don't know that slang term, TLDR is short for too long, didn't read. There used to be a really cool TLDR extension for Chrome that for a long time didn't work, and I found a really cool alternative the other day. But while researching it, I actually came across that the original extension that was really cool is working again. So I thought, you know what? We'll highlight both extensions in this little tutorial. So the new extension that I came across was one called TLDA. It's a really handy extension. It's very simplistic. It actually does the summary straight from the extension, so it doesn't take up a lot of the page, and lets a student get a quick summary of it. So let's see what it looks like. So for example, if I'm going to have students research, how about llamas versus alpacas. The student can search it, and they can come to the results, and maybe they find an article. So you can see here's one I kind of already previewed to make sure it works. So here's 6 differences between llamas and alpacas. Now, if you have a student with reading disabilities, or a student that it's kind of hard for them to read things, you can see there's lots of text, and you know, it honestly gets pretty confusing down here. And I even have an ad blocker, and we can see there's lots of different stuff. Now, the TLDA app is right here. And when I click it, you can see what it does is it creates a little summary of the page. Very simplistic. It kind of strips out all the other stuff and makes it kind of easy for the student just to see what the main points are. This is also great if a student's doing a research paper and they have to look at a lot of different sources and know really quick if they're good or not. This can make it very simplistic. So that's TLDA. Really nice and easy and pretty simple. Now, the original TLDR app was this guy. You probably recognize it if you've used it in the past because most people know the little sloth from there. From what I'm kind of understanding by looking at the reviews in here, it looks like the original developer had some kind of lawsuit going on with someone, and that's why the extension stopped working. But interesting enough, he just recently posted back at the end of May, kind of beginning of June, that it's now back up and running. And it actually looks better. If you kind of see how it looks here, let me show you what it looks like now. So TLDR has been updated, and you can see I got that extension right here. It looks exactly the same as it did before, the extension button, but when you click it, it's got a whole brand new look to it. And actually, I really kind of like the look. Very simplistic, but you kind of see it doesn't overlay over the top of the page, so you can still scroll on the page. But the neat thing about TLDR here is it has different options. So the first one is a quick summary. Then you can see it gives you a little more of a summary. Basically the whole article. And last but not least, everything just stripped out. So the TLDR app does a really good job of giving a student a lot of different options on how they go through. So these are two really cool TLDR apps, or extensions that you can use. One very simplistic and not a whole lot of options, but that's not always a bad thing. The other one, which is probably the classic TLDR app, is now alive and working again, but with a whole brand new interface. So the two extensions to take away from this cool little tutorial would be TLDA and TLDR. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.